Okay, so the 2022 Challenge Cup final has finished. It was between the Huddersfield Giants and the Wigan Warriors. The Huddersfield were up 10-6 at half-time. They've lost quite literally one of the last plays of the second half, 14 points to 16. Yes, Wigan outscored Huddersfield in the second half quite significantly. Huddersfield were the better side. Lolohea's goal kicking has let them down massively. They would have actually won the game had he slotted all three conversions that he missed. On the Wigan side of things, they were the second best team. Huddersfield were the better side. Huddersfield have beaten themselves. Well, Lolohea has cost them the game. And I don't know what Huddersfield were doing for that third Wigan try. That defensive dogleg, I don't know what's happened on their right-hand side, because they were so good for 77 minutes. But their defensive structures disappeared with 3 minutes remaining. Let's break the game down. And then I'll add some criticisms of the RFL at the end, because I do actually have some. Lolohea slots a penalty after literally 2 minutes. And you're thinking, okay, very early on, Wigan, giving away a silly penalty. If that's how the game is going to be played, it's going to be a long day for Wigan. And for quite a period of time, it was actually looking that way. Basically, for the first 20-odd minutes, it is all Huddersfield. It is all Huddersfield. Wigan can't get out their half. It's wave after wave of pressure. Finally, Ricky Luatelli scores his try in 17 minutes. And this comes from, just constant pressure, constant possession. Wigan making a lot of mistakes, a lot of handling errors. They can't get out their half. And one thing I did notice, and I'm going to say this now, is Huddersfield didn't kick a lot on last play. They ran a lot on last play. Now, they were playing at White Hart Lane, not at Wembley. And I'll get to the reasons why they were playing at White Hart Lane at the end of the video, which means shorter in-goal areas. No depth to them. So kicking along the ground, grubbers, not a good idea. And also, when you've got Bevan French and Jai Field as threat runners, you take that counter-attacking run out of Wigan's hands, basically. So I can understand the tactics from Huddersfield with their running a lot on last play, and running quite a bit, and they were going a lot in the wide channels. Wigan can't get out their half, so this is deliberate tactics. Lutelli's tries just pure brute force. To be fair, by the end, how he gets over the line. But you can see what they're doing. That's on 17 minutes. Lolohea misses his first of 3 consecutive conversions at goal. He also misses a penalty as well. That's 4 missed kicks, that's 8 points you're leaving on the field. They would have won by a converted try had he slotted them. Now, they're 6-0 up. They're comfortable. And then Chris Hill goes off injured on 20 minutes. And it looks like an ankle injury. He just goes down. No one touches him. It's quite a concerning injury. Hopefully this doesn't affect Huddersfield for the rest of the Super League season too badly, and hopefully it's not a long layoff, but straight away he knows he's done, which is a massive shame. That actually impacts Huddersfield more than they realise. Initially, the momentum does swing with Wigan. Harry Smith's try a few minutes later and conversion. The momentum has swung when Chris Hill goes off. That is a big moment in the game. Clearly he's the leader of that forward pack. Obviously, the great Earl Crabtree used to be the leader of that forward pack many years ago. Chris Hill has taken on that mantle of Earl Crabtree. And I have done a video on Earl Crabtree's career, actually, which is up on the channel. But Chris Hill going off injured, massive impact. It does actually impact Huddersfield quite significantly. Chris McQueen actually has a major role to play in their he scores the second try, Chris McQueen. Brilliant first phase. Brilliant. Chris McQueen. What can I say? He was acting more like a secondary centre, and he did a lot of carries as well, stepping up when Chris Hill goes off injured. That's on 33 minutes. Again, Lolohea misses the conversion. So it is 10-6 at half-time. The pendulum of momentum is with Huddersfield. They are the better side. Wigan were dreadful in the first half. Last kick options poor, last play options poor, handling poor. Huddersfield are keeping Wigan in the game by their poor discipline. Penalty count too high. Second half kicks off, and the Jai Field try. I don't know what Huddersfield's defence are doing and their tactics, but Bevan French and Jai Field, they really restricted them all day. The one moment they don't, and that's a 70-metre try on tackle 1. That's at this level, you shouldn't be giving that away. That's a brilliant play by Bevan French and Jai Field. Shocking that Huddersfield allowed them that much space. And off first tackle, that shouldn't be happening at first grade level. Doesn't matter if it's Challenge Cup, Super League, NRL, shouldn't be happening. That happens in the earlier rounds when a lower level side is playing a Super League side. Shouldn't be happening in the final. It's a brilliant try. Reminds me of Martin Chariots of Fire. He would have been proud of that. Not that Bevan French and Jai Field are actually at that level to lace his boots, but good try and great bit of pace and skill shown by Bevan French. Get out there. He does time the pass brilliantly. Jai Field backing up. Good support running. They were interchanging between fullback and wing. Yes, Bevan French did a lot of defending on the wing, was more of a winger today than a fullback, even though he was actually named on the team sheet as fullback. Jai Field, I think, is possibly better as a winger. Get him on the ball more. He wasn't on the ball enough. But that's a good try. Now, Jermaine McGilvery responds, and I think he and Cujo, how they've never played in the NRL. That's a great combination on Huddersfield's right-hand side. How these two players... Cujo creates it by drawing so many players to him, and that back of the hand flick, and then McGilvery takes 3 players over the line with him. You think at that moment the momentum is finally swung Huddersfield's way. They're going to win this game now. You think, and then Lolohea misses another conversion. So what's the point of all these, Lutelli, McQueen, and McGilvery, their efforts, when Lolohea cannot kick a goal to save his life? He can't even kick a penalty right in front of the bloody post. So, I was getting frustrated at this point because I've always had a soft spot for Huddersfield. The rules of the game were, defined in that meeting in 1895 in that hotel in Huddersfield. Birthplace of rugby league. You want them to win something because they've massively underachieved. They've had some very talented players, both English and foreign, who played for them. And Jermaine McGilvery sums up that underdog spirit because they were underdogs going into this final. Great try from the veteran winger. But I will say this. Lolohea missing all those conversions and that penalty have undone them. Because right at the death, and I don't think Wigan deserved this, Liam Marshall scores his try. But I look at the right-hand side defence. Bearing in mind, Cade Cust has gone off injured with what looks like an elbow injury or a bicep or a broken forearm minutes before. Liam Marshall. Poor tackle on Jermaine McGilvery on 58 minutes. McGilvery breaks that tackle and carries 2 blokes over the line with him. But Liam Marshall stuck at his task. I think McGilvery won that battle head-to-head between the 2 wingers. But he holds his width. I don't know what the right-hand side defence of Huddersfield are doing, because they're not up in the line. If they stay in the defensive line, Wigan don't score. They've I don't know what they're doing. They've gone all at sea. Liam Marshall holds his width, beats McGilvery for pace. McGilvery's done at this point. He's exhausted. He holds his line, beats the opposition winger McGilvery for pace, scores in the corner. No conversion scored. You get another missed kick. But Harry Smith actually had a better day with the boot than Lolohea. Doesn't prove crucial. It's on 77 minutes. But Wigan have stolen that. Huddersfield lost the Challenge Cup final. Wigan didn't win it. Let's just say that. Because Huddersfield, their game plan, their tactics, the energy, the commitment was better than Wigan's. The better side has lost. Wigan have stolen the grand final. Now, yes, 2 serious injuries there with Chris Hill and Cade Cust. Hopefully, they're not as serious as they look, although I think Cade Cust, that could be a broken forearm. That could be a dislocated elbow. That could be a bicep tear. Until, he's had scans, we won't know. Chris Hill, that looks like an ankle. Looks like something's got in his ankle or his calf. They said calf. It could have been a calf pull or a ligament. Chris McQueen on the losing side wins the Lance Todd Trophy, and he's only the second Huddersfield player to win that award who's played in the Challenge Cup final. And at the same time, Chris McQueen, in my opinion, was the man of the match. He did step up to the plate when Chris Hill goes off injured. He was basically playing as a secondary right-hand centre rather than a forward. He was doing runs that backs would do, runs that forwards would do, and he did get his try, and he took his try very, very well with the line he ran. Now, the criticisms of the RFL, and I'm not going to hold back here. One, playing the Challenge Cup final on the same day as the non-league playoff final for the National League, and on the same weekend as the Champions League final and the Championship playoff final. You're not going to fill out a stadium, be it Wembley or any other stadium, when you're playing a match of this magnitude. Bear in mind, Rugby League has struggled in recent years for attendances and finances when three of the biggest football matches, regardless of who's playing in the Champions League final, three of the biggest football matches of the year in clubland, especially the Championship playoff final, the wealthiest match in club football of the year, are taking place on the same weekend. Two of them are being played in London, one on the same day, down the road. There's already been criticism of the RFL with their arrangement with Wembley. Obviously, with the Qatar World Cup taking place when it is, it has meant a rejigging of the Football League and the non-league footballing seasons in order to get those fixtures played because of the suspension of the league season around bringing the winter break forward, which means the regular season for next year is brought forward by a week or two. I get that. But if they're so concerned about tradition, A, why is the Super League a Summer League, which I do think affects quality, and the quality on display at times today was not on the same level as the NRL. Two, they couldn't fill the rebuilt White Hart Lane, which says to me this could be the lowest attendance since the war, beating the low attendance of the Catalan final in I believe it was 2018. There's been a lot of criticism of the attendance in recent years. Of the Challenge Cup final, and those empty seats were very, very striking. They really were. I do fear for the Rugby League World Cup this autumn, for attendances at least. Now, the commitment was there from the players today. The intensity was there, especially from the Huddersfield side. I felt they were the better side. The quality level is not on the same level as the NRL, and we can argue playing the regular season in summer has affected the quality. It should be a winter sport. When you're playing a high-intensity contact sport such as this, it should be a winter sport, not a summer sport. That's my personal opinion. If you want to talk about tradition, then why is the Super League a summer sport? And Sky has damaged the things by putting it behind a paywall, so less fans are viewing. Not being able to fill the rebuilt White Hart Lane, which has got a capacity, I think, 20,000 less than Wembley. So imagine if this had been played at Wembley, the amount of empty seats would have been telling. And playing it when you've got the Championship playoff final the following day, you've got the National League playoff final on the same day, taking place at the same time, and you've got the Champions League final in the evening. It's no wonder there's empty seats. The RFL has to take some criticism there. On the actual match itself, it was a gripping, nervy contest. I'll give it that. It was very entertaining. But on an actual breaking down the quality level, this Wigan side would get hammered by the great Wigan sides of that long winning run of the Challenge Cup. I think, was it 9 in a row they won or something? Wigan sides of old would have slaughtered this Wigan side of today. Huddersfield sides of the past would have slaughtered this Huddersfield side today. I would reckon the bottom four in the NRL would have battered these two, quite frankly, because there is a clear drop-off in quality. Now, the effort and the energy levels were there. I will admit that. The fitness levels did have me concerned, though, when in the first half you've got players walking to a scrum. For both sides after about 30-odd minutes. That is a concern for me. And I am concerned about England going into this World Cup that Australia, New Zealand and even Tonga will be far superior for. But that's my rant over. I understand, Rugby League is at a crossroads. I know this is the first final in London, not at Wembley. Since they've been going to Wembley, since Wembley's been built. Obviously, that's going back to the 20s. But empty seats, not a good look. And I know when it comes to the Challenge Cup, traditionalists should always be played at this time of year, the final. But sometimes, you've got to use your life and go, actually, it would make sense playing it a week later or a week earlier so Wembley's available if you want to go with the Wembley being, the final location. Or, how about rotate where the final is played at a neutral venue, which is more accessible for fans from up north, because that's where the majority of clubs, let's be honest, are playing. I can't see the London Broncos, with their financial situation and where they are positioned in the Championship, playing in a Challenge Cup final anytime soon. I can't see them doing a Sheffield Eagles and doing it. And I can't see Catalan year after year being in a Challenge Cup final or even a grand final, even though they've got a great side and, they played really well the last 4 or 5 years. I can't see them regularly doing it. So there is an argument to play the Challenge Cup final up north in a neutral stadium. But there we go. That's my view on the game and my criticism of the RFL. Thank you very much for watching. Please place your thoughts in the comment section below. It was an entertaining game. I'm not knocking the entertainment value and the tension there, but as a neutral and as someone who's observed enough rugby league, especially over the last 5 years, with the amount of NRL I've watched and the amount of Challenge Cup and internationals I've watched, there is a clear quality gap between the NRL and the Super League, and it was visible today. Bearing in mind, I've already watched 3 NRL matches of Indigenous round before this grand final this morning from 6 a.m. The pace of the game is faster, the fitness levels is better, and the quality is also just that little bit more. I'm not saying Huddersfield and Wigan didn't put 110% in, but that quality gap is there. So that's my viewpoint on the State Rugby League as things currently stand in the UK, and that's my view on the final. Goal kicking has cost Huddersfield. Thank you very much for watching. Please place your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll have some more videos for you very, very soon.